movie that came out maybe in the 90s called Final Destination. Now, those of you who know me know I don't watch horror movies. I don't. And Syntell has been pretty good at talking me into a few of them. So if you're not seen my reaction to Alien and Aliens, check the links over on his page. Final Destination, I won't get into the whole movie, but basically a group of kids are getting onto an airplane. They're flying to a field trip somewhere. One of the kids has a premonition and he freaks out and he gets off the airplane, and some of the friends of his or not friends of his who are trying to calm him down, they also get kicked off the airplane. They're mad, everybody's going off, but as the airplane takes off from the runway, it almost as soon as it gets in the air, it explodes and everybody on the airplane loses their life. And it makes everyone think that they are so fortunate to have made it off the airplane. So whether they were mad at little buddy at first or just coincidence, they got off the airplane, everyone, these 6, 7 of them lived. But as they're finding out, because now one by one, they are starting to die from some freak accidents. And someone, I don't know if they go to a fortune teller or something, but they figure out, someone tells them, where there is death, or where there was once death, there is always death. Hello, Governor. This is Rekkai Steed, nupefromdaville, and we are talking about the finale of season 1 of Supacell. And it was fantastic, sublime even. Now, we talked about it last week. Did they save the money? Did they save the money for the budget to give us a big sci-fi, special effects heavy finale? Yes and no. They still moved the story along. They still gave us character development, but we finally saw what I've been wanting to see. Soups on soups. People with powers fighting other people with powers. And it did not disappoint. We find out that after all this time, crazy Craig, he shows up. Little buddy got powers. What? I didn't see that coming. Didn't see it coming at all. He got powers. That's why he was let out of prison. That's why he got out of prison early. Because the government, the people behind him, they let him out of prison because he got these powers. And he was allowed to do what he wanted to do as long as he was working for the man. And he didn't mind that as long as he made his, he was stacking big P's. Which, for us, we would say stacking big dollars. This is America. But in Britain, he was stacking big pounds. We have this battle between our heroes and the hooded figures. Come to find out that Andre is one of the hooded figures. They captured him, let him back out, but it was under the threat of maybe even harming AJ. So they were holding AJ over Andre's head. So Andre had relented, and all he wanted to do was do his job. But the rest of the hooded figures, they out here fighting, they trying to kill. Craig is especially mad. He really wants Taser bad. The one crazy thing is, Dion is out here, and I don't care what you say. If that's my boo, I can't focus and fight the bad guys with you standing right over there. Because, anything can happen. I can't focus. I can't worry about protecting you and protecting my team and doing what I need to do. Long story short, the team is winning. They won. The last one left is crazy. He tells them that, he's got a way to get to the portal, to go back to the spot and find the people. He's got a device in his back pocket. Now, which I don't know why they didn't pick up. Crazy's power is stealing other powers. But he's not like Rogue in the X-Men where he steals it and you don't have it anymore. He basically borrows it, or he can mimic your power. So if he's standing in very close proximity to you and you have a power, now he has that power too. And like a dummy, Rodney, super fast, runs over to Craig to get the device out of his back pocket. Lo and behold, it's just a cell phone. Craig now has super speed. He said at the beginning of the battle, Oh, he's like something, speedy. He said, I can't wait to try that one out. So, at some point we had to see it. So now he cuts Rodney's throat, you know, stabs Andre, cuts Sabrina's throat, stabs Michael, and then when he gets to Taser, listen, that super speed, he must have stabbed Taser about 175 times. He stabbed the shit out of him. Stabbed his ass up real good. And then threw the extra little, the disrespect on top. Said, when you get to hell, you know what I'm saying, tell your mother, I said, Wagwan. Just disrespectful Jamaican. Oh, so that happens. Now, Crazy sees Dion in the car and he super speeds over to the car and takes Dion out of the car, and I guess he's gonna get to stabbing her up. Michael sees this and he starts freaking out because he's been stabbed up pretty tough. He's dying. He sees this and freaks out and blip, blip, blip. He goes back into the past, 5 minutes, 10 minutes or whatever. And Crazy is down. He's starting to stir up. Michael teleports over to him, grabs the knife, and stabs Craig up real tough. Kills him. Now, the crazy thing is, this whole time, Michael's been telling Taser, stop stabbing people. Like, ain't nobody gotta die. Like, we can defeat them without stabbing them. But now he done ran over here and stabbed Crazy, killed him, which is super weird because you're the leader of this group and you were leading one way, and now all of a sudden, they don't know that he just took him back in the past. They don't know what his power just showed him. So all they know is he done flipped out and went and stabbed this man, and he's trying to explain, he was going to kill us. He was going to stab us all to death, I swear. Crazy, for one last hurrah, raised up, grabbed a gun, and shot at Michael, but Rodney saw it coming and moved Michael out the way real quick. The car fires off. The shot fires off. Rodney's like, woo, that was lucky. It was close. But we look back. The bullet went through the windshield. And all we see is blood all over the windshield. He done shot Dion in the neck. And now Michael's powers are on the fritz. He just used them to go back in time. He can't even teleport over to where Dion is. So he has to get up and run with his human legs. And then he's getting over there holding her. And she's bleeding out. And you can see the desperation in your eyes. And you can see the fear and the despair in his eyes. And that shit is heartbreaking. That has been his girlfriend since 9th grade. That is like the worst. Like, listen, that right there is, I just got through talking about the Acolyte. From the Acolyte to Anakin Skywalker, that right there is a almost immediate path to the dark side. Like, that right there will take you over the edge. That's been like, I don't know what middle school girlfriends he had, but that has been his only girlfriend. That has been his girl, his boo, his one. He's engaged to her. Since high school, he's a grown-ass man. We've seen in multiple properties, Into the Spider-Verse, and sometimes you have what's called a canon event or a fixed point. And if a death was supposed to happen, where there is death, there will always be death. Now, I don't know if death is discriminating, but if there was a death here and you would manage to save the person that died, then someone else has to take their place. And how do you know that the person who was saved wasn't supposed to die? It's a great quandary. It's a lot of times like when people ask, when little kids die, get hit by a car in a fire or something, all we can think about is they were so young, they didn't have time to grow yet. Why did this happen? And the thing is, we have no idea what the ramifications, the consequences, what was learned from this event. This event could have been life-changing for a number of people, organizations, what have you. We don't know why things happen, why they occur the way they occur. This particular show was hard to watch, and it was just from the standpoint of the despair from Michael's point of view. Michael went into the future and found out that his fiance was going to die in 3 months. And he hid it from her. He kept secrets. I'm going to say the last few days, weeks of her life were absolutely terrible because Michael, in his attempt to save her, became someone she doesn't even recognize. He's keeping secrets. He's hiding things from her. He's not transparent. He's not the guy he normally is. And I get it. He's trying to save her life. But what does that mean when you become someone else trying to do it? You know, it's easy to talk about death sometimes because for most of us, that feels like a far off proposition, something that won't really even really touch us. Because it can be said the same that where there is joy, there will always be joy. But we know from our own personal life travels that that's not always true. I used to be the most optimistic, fun-loving, carefree, easygoing dude ever. But life travels, betrayal, disappointment has changed me. And I definitely want to get back to being that guy, but it's not that easy. When your heart has been wounded, you can put Band-Aids on it, you put super glue on it, you can stitch it up, staple it, but the wound is still there. I want to leave you with this. This series was fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to season 2. I'm looking forward to the live that myself and Syntell and maybe a few others are going to do to discuss why Supacell resonated so strongly with us in particular, and from what I'm hearing, so strongly with Black communities all over the world. What was it about this that spoke to our souls? This is not your ordinary superhero fare. Where there is death, there will always be death. Best thing that you can do is live out your life to the best of your ability. Every day that you wake up, know that you are not promised tomorrow. You're not even promised today. The fact that you woke up is a good start, but you may not make it through the day, my guy. Be the best person that you can be. Because at least if death does find you, whatever it is that you believe is on the other side of that door, I hope that it's a shining bright light for you and maybe not fire and brimstone. This is Rekkai Steve, nupefromdaville. Check the link in the description to see our reaction between myself and Syntell. Like, comment, share, and by all means, subscribe to use my Supacell eyes on you. It's all about this, but you gotta use this.